Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my audios. This one, when you have to fix a problem, you have to have the mindset to do it. If you do not have the mindset to do it, you have to hire someone to do it. That's the key to fixing a problem. But some people don't realize that you have some people that is supposed to fix the problem and then keep letting that person make the decision, and that person that making the decision is leading them to clamp way, vanish way, disappear into some other time, a slave time, or just keeping them at the same road. They never left the beginning of the line, and the finish line is over there. It takes 2 minutes to do it. You understand? You can't have a person making decision that make more than 5 mistakes or 1 or 2 mistakes. You understand? Especially if you knew to a situation. You must ask what happened to the ones before me. Because sometimes people using tricks to defeat millions in army, millions in navy, millions in marine, millions of people. But if every day is a different people and a person using a technique to knock you off, vanish you, clamp you, none of you won't know the truth because no one ain't left a message behind to tell the next one what's happening. You understand? And that person that making decision is killing you and vanishing you, and you still come. The next one come taking the next order, vanish with. Next one come taking the next order, clamp with it. Next one take the next order, vanish with. You have to have a point where you have to cut the lead off, because it's always have a level where you have to check the situation to see where the leader making error. This is why they're overthrow state. Have you ever noticed sometimes the people have to rise up in many for them to have their freedom, like far as slavery. When the people them awake in slavery time, then they realize they could have overthrown slave master. Understand? And they were believing they was plotting it like that, and a group of people come together and say, yeah, we could overthrow slave master and get with freedom. So we have to do it this way, so we don't have to pick no cotton and do all that. This is in this earth that I'm talking about, because this audio is going to be in other galaxy and other universe. But the earth where I'm from, when I check what slavery was and how the people they liberate, the leader, they see through the weakness of the leader. They see that the leader was hurting them, and they see that the leader was making decisions to shut them down, to clamp them, to keep them down. And the people them organized and overthrow them. In America, where I'm at, there's a lot of revolution that happened like that for us. Voting as black men, joining as black people, or riding in front of the bus, or using the same bathroom. It was always segregation until someone comes and move it away. And what they did, they organize and move it. They're making the decision to fix the problem. And they're not making decision to fix problem with the person keeping them down or blocking them, or they can't see that we got to stop listening to this person because this person is blocking us, this person is stopping us, this person is breaking the rules, and we get clamping. At what point do you realize that we have to get engaged? At what point we have to get clutch iron style? At what time we got to pick up sticks? And what point you got to reach for you to get up and march and get up and speak and get up and do something to start the situation? Because if something is happening, it's going to keep happening to you. For the people them not listening this, they told me they're going to clamp all the Marines, all the Navy, all the police force, and then all the people who listening to them and calling me a stupid. But they don't realize they got to check the situation. You understand that? So the level to this situation, you have to look at who telling you what to do. You understand? And telling you what road to take and where that road lead you. Where did he take it? Did he clamp you off? Did he keep you down? Did he uplift you? Did someone tell us that this is the time we change things, but you do not want to change it, and this is why these things is happening? These are some roads you have to look at to understand oneself. Understand? And this goes for alcohol problem, drugs problem, relationship problem, and tons of other problems, financial problems, and you guys must look at the problem and find out what road to fix the problem. Some problem fix 2 minutes and some take times. Because if you're going to get a high school diploma to get a job, you're going to take time to do that. You understand? Not everything going to take 2 minutes to fix, but you could work on it in every 2 minutes. You understand? That is what I realize. And you need to focus on what fix the problem. If you do not know what fix the problem, you got to hire expert. Because sometimes your mind cannot think what is supposed to make it happen, but you have expert that will make it happen. But you have to think what type of expert. You got to check how much problem they solve. They got to check their resume. You understand? Because some in the front like they're expert and they are just dirt. You know, they make it. They claim they're fixing the problem, but it cause more pain, cause more shame. You understand? And cause more loss and no gain. You have to focus on what is building you, not what taking you down, not what stopping you, not what uplifting you. You understand? Deep Figure Entertainment, I'm not focusing on and who trying to stop me. I'm focusing on making you know what is happening. I'm focusing on trying to get your attention. I'm focusing on making you see the problem, open up your eyes. I ain't worrying about someone that's trying to block me, because I already reached a level where I realize, if you didn't block me in 10 years or 20 years, someone is protecting it to let me feed them what's supposed to be done. So I'm fixing the problem by enlightening you. So if you might be asking, so why are you not fixing it? Understand? But there are some things, if you do it, people will vanish. Sometimes you enter some situation where if you make it happen yourself, you will vanish. Some things are just rules. You understand? But ones who are in powers, man, sometimes, man, you have to tell them in their face, man. This is why when I was working, I'm at the boss, them wasn't getting along. Now sometimes they make some decision that is not going to fix well on my side. So I check the rules of the business. I said, well, this is on the rules of the job. So if I do that, it's going to hurt me. I'm not doing that because that's against the rules of the system. And there's no way in the system rules have the GOB and on Board of Ed and Department of Labor. I should do that. They're all against that. I ain't do that. You get someone to do that. That's not the way to do it. And they will piss off because that's when they get personal. You understand? But if someone is making decision in a crisis and they're losing you, that person must not make no more decision. You understand? Because when there's a crisis, if you was a trained person, you have to make decision on your own. Because if you're on the battlefield and shot firing and your partner down and the one that could talk, you got to pick up that one and bring him with you. And the one that can, you got to left him. You understand? But the one who can still breathe, you put him on your back and bring him. You understand? If you realize he can't make it, when he loses his breath, you got to drop him and move on. You got to make the decision at how it comes, and you got to deal with it as how it comes. But if you're dealing with problems to fix and you're fixing it, and someone is breaking it, you got to figure out how to stop this person from breaking it. You understand? Because I'm doing a lot of things to fix my problem, and I realize someone controls the master coding. Understand? I realize I'm not the only one with the master of the code. Everything I apply, someone could change it, so I do not have the full master code. And then when someone tells me things, I go check and say, oh, this one is tricking me. But there's a way for me to block it, because I'm already on a level where I know that you can't block everything. You can't stop everything. Because there's a wrong and there's a right. So if you have an army of wrong, you got an army of right. You understand? You got an army of light, you got an army of dark. If you want to change something, there's over here, there's a zillion over here who want to change, and over a zillion over here don't want to change. And we just got to figure out a way, the strategy to move it away. That's what the fixing a problem is. You got to figure it out. But if you're listening to someone that keep making decisions for you, that's going to hurt you and keep you down, that's plain old stupidity. If someone tells you to do something and you feel pain from the first time you do it, and tell you it again and you feel pain, you're stupid if you keep doing the same thing of the pain. You got to figure out yourself how to move from that. Understand? You can't let nothing provoke your mind to make you change from what's supposed to happen. If you're raising children, it's the same thing. You have to teach your children how to fix the problem and follow the rules of the law of the land. And if something go wrong, then follow the rules to fix the problem. If you take force in some problem, you got to be skillful. They're taking force to fixing a problem. Understand? You got to look at what make things go good and what make things go bad. You must check it. And sometimes it's good to do is if you have a problem, you research and get ideas how to fix it. Understand? That's how you do. These days, many people just go on Google and Google a problem to see how it is, and they get read a little articles and listen to some audios or some videos, and they develop their own way to fix the problem. You understand? But anyone who leading you to your own death, you gotta get rid of that person. Anyone leading you to your own trap, you gotta get rid of that person. Anyone leading you to lose what you got to get rid of that person. You gotta stop listening to that person and start going to that person way. You understand? Any regime leading you to burn, you gotta take yourself away from them and go somewhere cool. You understand? Any regime uplifting you, then you stick with that. Any regime moving forward to fix something and following the rules they got, then you fix it. But any regime, a government or warhead that making decisions are wrongs against the rules they got, you gotta pull away from them. That's because there's always someone mightyful on you, always someone smarter than you. If human do not create themselves, and the ones who create themselves involved in tackling you, take yourself away from it. Understand that? You have to take yourself away from it. Because when we check it, we're not really powerful. We are creation of someone else. So if you're going to fix a problem, do some research to fix your own problem and get an idea how to fix it peacefully.